I wanted to see if I could put together a script that would have anyone who wanted to be able to run a very simple bingo game in meetings just to have fun with folks. I have built one before and used it on occasion, but I realized I could build it so that others could use it too, and I thought maybe watching how to do it in Google Apps Scripts could be fun. The idea would be that people would submit, things that would be in the bingo card. So let's say you had a meeting on, I don't know, some calendar thing, and you wanted to have a bingo card where anyone says the word Monday and somebody else says the word February and somebody else says the word I quit, right? And you would slowly fill out your bingo card, and if you got 5 in a row somehow, you could say bingo and show people what you got. So that's kind of the idea, and I'm excited that people could use this tool. So I think that what I'll do is make it so that they can submit their own terms, and I'm happy to host it. And we'll see if they can make that work. So bingo term submissions will be the name of my form, and the first question will be meeting name, I guess. We'll go with that. And the next question will be term. And both have to be required. And I don't think I have any other limitations here. I'm just going to add a little description here. Term that can show up in a bingo card. And then up here under the meeting name, I just want to let people know you need to remember what you submit because you'll need it when you run the game. So really it's whatever people type is what I was thinking of doing. So let's see here. I'm just going to name it that, and I'm going to make a spreadsheet that houses everything. There's my spreadsheet. And yeah, so I think that I probably want to submit a few things just so it's working. Let me think. Yeah, so let me go to the live form and just submit a bunch. So I'm going to call it test, and I'm going to say, I'm just going to put in some letters. So I'm just going to pause while I get this done. Okay, so I'm just about to hit what I think is the 26th one. I might have missed a letter, so let's just go and look and see if they're all there. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. Yep, so there's 26 of them, and then I'm going to submit one that's just different so that we can see what my plan is. So I'll call this test 2. Oops, test 2, and I'll call this, the number 1 or something, because we want to make sure that that one never shows up. So then I've got, this is what the data is going to look like. I don't actually care about the timestamp. That's just something that Google does. So we've got it, good to go. And so what I want to do is I want to build a web page that just essentially reads that in and reads the name of the meeting that people want to run, and it'll just make a nice little bingo card. So let's see here. So I'm going to do let's see, function do get. And it's going to take a parameter, and we're going to say if not plus a what happens if there's no parameter? Let's do var meeting equals e.parameter dot meeting. And then if meeting if equals null, I think that's what happens. Return HTML service dot create HTML output. Sorry, you need a meeting. Something like that. Okay, so that'll get rid of, that'll do that. Okay, then we're going to read in the spreadsheet. Dot get active. Not sure if I want to do this in separate steps, but it doesn't bother me. Sheet equals ss.get sheet by name. What the heck is the name of that sheet? Form responses 1. Copy. Oops. Paste. Okay, so then we want to read all the data. Oops. We want to read all the data in, so var data equals sheet dot get data range dot get values, and then I'll do my normal trick. So var c equals just an empty dictionary, and top equals rt equals top equals data.shift. So that'll take the first row with that where the column names are, and we'll say top dot for each ti. This just makes a dictionary that we always can figure out what which column things are in. Okay, so now we've got the data. And what we want to do is data equals data.filter, where DC quote, what did I call it? Meeting name. Oops. Equals meeting. Okay, so now we've got the data that should work. I think if there's not enough data, for now here's what we're going to do. If data.length is less than 25, return HTML service.create HTML output. Sorry, not enough entries. I mean, we could do that differently later. Now I want to sort the data. And so I think I want to make a sort function. It turns out JavaScript doesn't have a sort function. Sorry, of course it has a sort function. I want to randomize the data. So I want to randomize it so that every bingo card that it makes ends up being different. So I'm going to call this function randomize array, and it takes a list. And what does it do? So we say L equals list.length, and then we say while L, we want to do I essentially want to do that standard sorting algorithm. Let's just do a search for it. JavaScript randomize array. I'm sure all of these do the same thing. So I'll just grab one of them. There's good ways and bad ways. This is what I want. I'm just going to grab this. There we go. Copy. I'll just use someone else's. Paste. Randomize values. Let index equal value length. What? What is this random index? Why did they do that? I don't quite understand this random index part. Well, let's see if it works. We'll just run it. If it works, it works. So let's make a function called test, where all we do is we say var array equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I want to logger.log randomize array. Let's see if it works. Save. Let's run test. Run. Oh, it might have me do the permissions now. Yep, that's okay. I'll go through the permissions now. So I'm going to go my account. I'm going to say advanced. I'm going to say, yep, I really do believe in what I'm doing. Okay, I don't know why. Let's run it again. Review permissions. I don't know why it didn't stick. That's weird. I've never seen that before. Allow. All right, so randomize it, and now if I run it again, yep, cool, works. I'm not 100% sure what this line does. So the index is two different things. I don't know what it means to put a comma after values.length. I don't even know what the heck random index is. I really don't know what the hell that is. Oh, I see. And then random index. Okay, weird. Yep, anyways, that's the standard algorithm. So now we're going to do data equals randomized data. Cool. So now we've got all of the data that we need. And we need to generate the HTML that we want. Yeah, I could just do this with an HTML service, I think. Oh, no. Nope, I'm going to need the ability to give it a function. Yeah, so I'm going to use my usual tricks here. So I'm just going to pause while I pull up a web page here. All right, so this is the book that I wrote a long time ago, and actually I think it's this page is where I've dumped everything. Yeah. So I want to grab this, copy, put that way at the top. So this allows me to pass functions to the web page. That'll be nice. And I want to grab all of this, copy. Is that everything? Yep. I want to put it right here, paste. And data is data and CSC. Yep, that's exactly what I want to do. And then I need all of this. Copy. Okay, cool. So this is what's going to be the HTML. Main. Paste. Okay, so it just pulls in Bootstrap. It does something on init. I'm not going to bother printing hi there. In fact, I think what I want to do is make a div called class equals container. That'll make it look nice. And then in there, I want to make a div ID equals bingo. It'll just be empty. It'll start empty, and then in the init function, we'll fill it up. And we'll end the container there. Okay. Yep. And then all of this stuff I talk about in my book, it's basically the ability to send functions and variables to the HTML. So we're going to send it data and the C function, the column name function, and we're going to give it some functions. So we need to make a function called init. And what init is going to do is going to make the table. So what we want to do is var HTML equals, let's see, it's going to be a table. Border equals 1 probably would be nice. And then every row, so we want to do var for var I equals 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, right, because that'll make 5 rows. And we're going to say HTML plus equals tr, and then we want to slice the data. Slice, make a copy. So var row data equals data.slice start end. The index of the beginning returns a section of a string. Oh, I want an array slice. Let's make sure I can remember how to do that. JavaScript array slice. Yeah, that's what I thought. Shallow copy into a new array. Yeah. So slice from 2 to 4. Let's see, gives from 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. So it gave 2. Okay. So we want to go, I think we want data slice from I times 5 to I times 5 plus 5. That'll do it. And then we do row data dot map HTML plus equals row data dot map. We want to do TD, and then the piece of data slash TD, and then you just join that with nothingness or space if you want, doesn't matter to me. And then HTML plus equals /tr. And then down here, we want to do HTML plus equals /table. Yeah, I think that's everything. And then all we want to do is document element. Wait, what do I want? Document dot element. Wait, how do I do it? Gosh, I should know this. I should have this absolutely memorized. You know what? It's in here somewhere. More complex variables. User clicks. Press me. Nope. Change page in response. Document.getElement by ID. That's where it is. Document.getElement by ID. Copy. Paste, and the ID was bingo, I think. Inner HTML equals HTML. Okay, so when you run init, it'll just draw the thing, but then we need to come down here and funcs.push. This is a function I need to give to the web page, so I'm going to give it that little command there. And it's mad about something on line 23. I forgot how to build functions in when you use the constant variable. Okay, so that should do it. Let's see what it looks like. So we'll make a new deployment. We'll make a web app. We'll say first time. And anyone deploy. All right, we'll say done. I'm going to go to the test version rather than the live version because I'm going to be constantly making changes here. Sorry, you need a meeting. Okay, well, that part worked. Question mark meeting equals test. Okay, and nothing worked. So let's go to inspect and try to understand how it failed. Whoa. Unload init. Yep. And init. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'd call it something else. No, the ID was bingo. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So why I inspect this again? Does it have the right structure? The HTML has a body, which has a container, which has a div of bingo inside. Yeah. So why doesn't init work? Undefined. Did I spell something wrong? Funcs.push. Funcs.push. Var funcs. Yeah. Should be working. Let's just try something. Console.log made. Save. Let's reload this. Yeah, so it's running. It just doesn't. If I hit console.log HTML, what happens? Reload. TDM, 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 TDM. Why is it always M? Table. Oh, I never closed the TRs down. Did I? No, I open the TR, I close the TR. Document get element by ID. Oh, it's HTML. Save. Reload. Man. Now let's inspect here. We'll find it. Body div bingo, B-I-N-G-O, div ID equals bingo. ID equals bingo. It should be working. Document.getElement by ID bingo.innerHTML equals HTML. I mean, that's what I was doing here, right? Inner HTML equals, yeah, inner HTML. So it gets there, it makes the table. Document.getElement by ID bingo.innerHTML equals HTML. And if we look here at the console, I don't know why it has all these M's. I'm not 100% sure what the M's are doing there, but still we should see a table full of M's. And I don't quite understand why we are doing that. All right, I'm going to have to pause and figure it out. Okay, good Lord. So the Bootstrap loves to do tables the way it likes to do tables. So I just got rid of the Bootstraps. I got rid of the Bootstrap load here. The only other things that I changed were table border. I maybe had that spelled wrong. And I used to have just an M right here. But now I've got the M, C, the term, right? M is the row. I want the term column from that row. And now we're in business. And so it's tiny. So that's not the greatest thing in the world. But it works. So the idea would be if someone were to click on something, it could turn a different color. So now we need to build a function so that if somebody clicks on something, it turns a different color. So what I want to do is I want to make a function called change color. And it'll take an element. And what it'll do is it'll say, okay, var current color equals element dot, let's see, what is the JavaScript background color? Background color property. Document style background color. I think that's what I want. Do I need parentheses around that? No. Okay, so that's gonna grab the current color that it is. If, and I think I want to make all of these TDs. I want to make all of their object style that background color. Let's see, I want to HTML TD background color. BG color equals. Okay, copy. So I want to start them all white. Oops, didn't copy apparently. Copy, paste. I want to start them all white. And if the current color equals white, then what I want to do is I want to say then copy, paste, equals pink. Otherwise, I want to say equals white. So if you click it, it'll change colors. So that should do the trick. So I have to push that. Like so. And I need to come up here and I need to say onClick equals change color this. All right, let's see if that works. Reload. Okay, so if I click it, didn't work. Oh, good Lord. So these clicks aren't working. Oh, that click worked. Well, maybe you just have to have it in just the right place. Cool. Yep. So I mean, these are just really small, so they're hard to see, but let me just make them bigger. There. Okay, so if we say, okay, somebody said the letter J, somebody said W. It's weird that I actually have to click on the letter itself to make it work. Not sure why. The TD has the on click in it. Oh, so I have to click twice. Yeah, okay, cool. So it works. Bam, we're done. That's it. Whole thing works. So now, if you go to the form and submit at least 25 things, then, and remember what you called it, then you can just go to this ugly URL. Well, I'll show you the URL here in a second. And boom, you've got a bingo card. So that should work quite slick, it seems to me. The only thing that we would maybe want to adjust is let me try test 2. So if I go to bingo, test 2 only has one thing in it. Yep, so if I go here and do test 2, it should say, sorry, not enough. Yeah, sorry, not enough not enough entries. I mean, I guess I could live with that. So yeah, so you would basically put in a whole bunch of things. So let me just change these all to be much longer. So if I just make them all be that, save, then you'll see this a lot better. So then if I hit reload, oops, I need to do test, not test 2. It'll just be a little bit bigger. Yep, so there's my 5x5, and then I can click on it. Why do I have to click twice? I just don't understand why I have to click twice. Maybe that's just my computer or something. But you should only, well, anyways. And oh, I made a mistake. You just click it again, and it's good to go. And I'm just going to check to see if there's anything funky about these TDs. TD background color equals white. On click, change color this. Yeah. Yeah, and it's going from white to pink. Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, so now you would tell your team, like, hey team, go here, I guess, and tell them, use your cool team name, and maybe throughout the week people can submit terms, and then during the meeting everyone can just have this open. They'll all get their own different version, and it'll be randomized, and they just click until somebody gets 5 in a row, and then they say bingo and say, I got these phrases. So that should work pretty slick. Awesome.